some more tea on this Boosie stuff because I feel like there's a lot more to the story. So tell me more. Tell me more.
So I personally feel like, or the conclusion I'm coming up with is the mama is influencing Tori.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's a certain relationship that Boosie has with his other baby mamas versus, keep in mind, he has 6 baby mamas. Mm-hmm. So that's 5 baby mamas who are supporting Boosie in the best way he can as a great dad. And then here's his one baby mama who's giving all the problems. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like, their drama, the baby mama drama, is rubbing off on Tori, and so she's feeling some type of way. When I was looking at, the other baby mamas, well, they mentioned the first baby mama. Mm-hmm. I think the first of his 3 first kids. Her name is Juanita. Mm-hmm. And then after Tori, I think Boosie goes back to Juanita, and
she's the favorite.
Because she's the ride or die.
And you know so much she went to jail for him and all that.
Yeah, she went to jail for, I guess stuffing weed somewhere, to take it to Boosie.
Where the sun don't shine.
Where the sun, I don't know specifics like that, right. But you could tell she was probably the one who held him down even after the fact. And then the other baby mamas, there's no mention of them. So they really, I don't know if there's an agreement. I don't know what the relationship is, but I can't find their names anywhere. But those 2 baby mamas definitely are publicly. And then Rachel, baby mama Rachel, she's just out here, I guess, in Boosie's defense, conning. I think she just wants to drain him for all money that he has. Y'all know he got a network of 10 million. So
do you think that child support's going to rule in her favor or his? Because now I've learned that the kids used to spend the summers with him, which is why she was with him, then went back to her mom. He paid for private school. He still kind of supports his kid. So you think if he brought those receipts and that proof, like, no, I have been providing for my child, you think the court's still going to side with Rachel?
I think that he will have to pay some money. Mm-hmm. Because yes, I do think the courts award the mamas more than they do the dads. Mm-hmm. I just don't know how much they're gonna take his money for. But he feels like, he mentioned, when he's outpouring online, that they're trying to dry him out. Mm-hmm. And so I think he's more concerned with how much. But
damn, Boosie, you had 8 kids.
That's what I said.
Right out.
You can make these songs and you can make these babies. Like,
yeah. But I guess he didn't, because he's been providing for all of his kids. He's been doing what he need to do. But this one wants him to provide.
And then you say this is the girl that said what? Like, what?
I told y'all niggas. She famous. That little girl famous.
Yeah.
So I knew that was gonna be the little girl. She was hyped with her daddy. So seeing that and realizing that was the little girl, like, dang, he was really her third father. She was excited she came home. That he came home from jail. He recorded a song with her. Like, when he got out, so he still was in her life. It's not like he was complete deadbeat, because he was still very active.
I wonder if Mama was upset because she didn't do that when Mama got out.
She could. She's like, you gonna
I told y'all my mama was getting out. I guess Mama mad because she ain't do it for her.
It's kind of sad, but Boosie gotta take it to the chin, man. It's your baby mama. This is who you had a baby with.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta watch who you have kids with.
Exactly.
It's kind of like, dang, it does suck because he does provide for his child, and it's gonna be kind of like if the money comes from the court directly to the mom, I think he's down that she's gonna do right.
So let me ask y'all, what would y'all consider a deadbeat? How would y'all feel, like, what's your ideal of a deadbeat?
Somebody who is not providing consistently, financially, and physically. Because even just getting the child support checks taken every month don't make you a stand-up father. You still have to be there and be around. They go hand in hand. You can't have one and not the other. So, it is levels of deadbeatery.
I'm loving this.
So, a guy who might be around a lot, of course, he's not going to be physically a deadbeat, but if you're not providing financially, it's kind of like you little deadbeat. You still kind of you can do more.
Right.
Yeah.
You pretty much just using my child as a trophy.
Yeah, because it's like
Come and get them just to
Greg
say,
had
oh,
these
I went and got
moments.
my child. I'm with my child today. But you're not, you know, he don't have no food to eat because you're not
Who's
providing.
gonna pay this
it's possible,
co-pay?
it's possible to be deadbeats to the parent and deadbeats to the kids. Because just because you for your kid, you're not a deadbeat to your kid, but you're deadbeat to your responsibilities with your co-parent. Because you're not helping them. Because we're all good baby mamas, so if our baby daddies don't provide at all, the kids gonna be taken care of. Fine. So it's kind of like kids not gonna struggle, but dang, that's messed up on us that we gotta struggle to make sure kids don't struggle. So it's kind of like you not really taking your responsibilities as a co-parent. So that's still kind of deadbeat in a way. Yeah. So great that you're there for your kid, but you still have to, you know,
balance.
And it's still, you know, it's still kind of, you know, that toxicity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, regardless, the child still has to go through that, and they still, you know,
they notice it. Those kids
I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're saying, but
it still affects them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I'm trying to
Either which way.
Like, it still affects them when, you know, the parents aren't getting along.
Right.
Yes.
So,
absolutely. Absolutely.
I think that's what's going on with Tori.
Yeah.
She mentioned it in one of her videos. She so I think she was trying to, I don't know when she said this video, so I don't know if it's before or after, but she clarified and said that her dad's not there for her mentally. You know, and she also mentioned that when there is happy moments with her dad, it's very temporary. So she's feeling the longingness of my daddy not consistently being there for me. Like physically and mentally and
People
emotionally.
forget that, especially ones with money, like our favorite guy, Nick Cannon. Like talk about, because everybody's always like, he could afford them kids, Or there's a girl on Teen Mom who keeps getting pregnant, and everybody's like, well, she can afford the kids, but it's like, it's kind of not that. It's like, you still got to be able to be there for each kid enough. Like, at some point, having so many kids, especially like back to back, you're not really cherishing those moments or having those moments with the kids in these crucial times. Kind of like, you got to think about that. Like, of course, you have money to financially provide, but kids need more than just money.
Right.
And then the kids will care about money.
And then those fathers pick and choose which child they will, you know, tend to the most.
Exactly.
Because I know I had to go through something like that, kind of a little bit. It's like, I don't have to worry about you and, you know, Kendrick, because I know that he's straight. And I'm like, but he still needs time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to have my baby regardless, but he still needs that time. You know what I mean? You can't give one kid more time than you give the other because one mother's stronger than the other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It does make a difference. We should... Another episode, we should talk about multiples, because it, like my experience with having multiples, I have more time with Irie than I do with Emery, and sometimes I feel bad with that because she can take care of herself for the most part, but she still wants that bonding time with her mama, and now I have to figure out how to carve out, because he's about to be 5. He does need more time. Emery. And personality-wise, Irie is more needy, more touchy-feely and everything. Emery's just like, I'm good over here, you know. So
you gotta set that day aside. That's Emery Day. Like every Sunday, he's gonna be like, you and Emery doing something that she wants to do. That she get enough time. I don't know, but I do feel bad for Boosie, because it's like, if they do start running him dry, because it's kind of like, dang, he was already providing for the schooling and but it's only another year. She's 17, so it's not.
That's what you kept on saying.
I mean, he's gonna get, but it's gonna be a lump sum, so it's like he's gonna have to keep paying. And so after she turned 18, he should still, like, I don't think he should write her out the will. Because then it's kind of like, as a man, do you really want to see, as a parent, for just being a man, do you really want to see your child possibly suffer for not getting anything from you? You know what I'm saying? Like, our whole point as parents is to build something to lead our kids. That's the reason we work every day when we don't want to work. Because if we didn't care about that, we could just do nothing. We could live on the street if we didn't care about leaving something for our kids.
Yeah, what separates us from any other person.
Exactly. So you want to have something to leave to your kids. You should have that will where you divide up equally to all your kids. You don't want to have to take her out and then she's
looking at her other brothers and sisters like, dang.
Imagine that trauma she's going to have to go through when he is gone and she's the only one that didn't get anything.
However, she did say, sorry, but she did say on her Instagram, she had multiple, that she don't want to be affiliated with Boosie whatsoever. That's not her father.
She don't need that.
Yeah.
What are you about to say?
I said, but what if what if he's down bad and he, needs help and somebody to take care of him, and she decide, I ain't taking care of you, but you want his insurance money?
That I still think that kind of falls on the parents. That kind of is like, I mean, Boosie, you reap what you sow.
Yeah, it's kind of dang if you do, dang if you don't.
Yeah, because like at this point, you need to be trying to foster whatever relationship you can now before your time is gone, so that when that time does come, she's going to want to be there for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, at this point, it's not looking good because they built that relationship that she doesn't want to be associated with him, and that they have a strained relationship. But it's kind of like, I mean, it's not, she's still young, he's still fairly young, he's not old,
he's 40.
Time, yeah, he still has time to really build that relationship and get to that point. I mean, it would suck, but that's her karma. Because kind of like, you only worry about yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if he did right by his kids and what he's supposed to do, you know where you're going when you pass. What she, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be her karma at the end of the day. What she gets coming to her for not being there for her mom. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah. Okay, feel me? Any other points and notes?
I just hope
for the special bonus.
I do hope
they get it together in regards to
reconcile
that relationship, because I'm sure it's affecting the other kids too, because she might have this beef with her dad right now, but she's putting her other brothers and sisters in
that's gonna push in their relationship.
Yeah,
they're gonna feel like they have to pick side. Like, they don't want to side with my sibling, don't want to side with my dad. Like, I don't know how close these kids are, but they put that kind of strain to it. Just, it's like that hood mentality, man. People forget that these really be hood people with money. Because once they be doing that too, a little scrappy now. Right. That be happening where his daughter be getting on live, talk about
now that she's
and all
older,
that, talking about their relationship and living with them, and everybody's always like, keep staying in a child's place. It's like, dang, y'all got this platform, y'all need to chill. It's like hood mentality. That's just how you see people on Facebook on Bag Lady all the time doing the same thing. They just don't get the platform because they're not celebrities.
Did y'all grow up?
I did.
I did too.
I definitely
set it off in this.
He was definitely our generation, for sure. I know he worth 10 million. Shout out Boosie.
Yeah.
Shout out my nigga Boosie.
Put that on my mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good. You can't touch my bag.